Hello, and welcome to another update video about the NASDAQ. NASDAQ did get a pullback together with the S&P 500, is now pretty much in line with the S&P 500 chart with regards to the wave count. Want to talk about a few things here. Yeah, at the moment it seems likely that we get at least one more high in here, circle wave 5 here, before a long-term top is struck. However, I think we're very close to a long-term top, and the thing is, this structure here is a little bit ambiguous. The problem, and what further complicates this, is that we have slightly different counts that are possible on the NASDAQ cash, the NDX, and the NASDAQ futures. We had a break of micro support after the last update. By the way, I will take all these support areas out now. We had a break of micro support, so that required a reconsideration, at least of the microstructure. On the NASDAQ futures, it would still count better with one more high in circle wave 3. Obviously, we had on this chart the idea that from the October 23 low, this was a larger degree fourth wave, and we're now in this fifth wave, and this fifth wave is an ABC structure because the movement from the October 22 lows is an ending diagonal, so these 5 waves have to be ABC structures, and therefore we have the initial AB here, which was the A wave top in November, the B wave low in December, then we had a wave 1 to the upside, here the top in December, the wave 2 to the downside, low in January. And now we are likely in this third wave. Well, the thing is, on the NASDAQ cash, it counts better. Wave 3 already in. Here, tricky. Tricky. And that has to do with the subwave structures, okay? So if I just measure the fibs, circle wave 3 there. I mean, it reached the 1.236 extension. It's technically valid and acceptable. Just that these 5 waves here is just not great in terms of microstructure and fibs. And I have to say here, and that's why I wanted to see actually one more high last time within wave 5 of circle wave 3. This doesn't clearly count like a 5-wave move up here. But I give it the benefit of the doubt now. We count it like that. It's also in line with the S&P 500. And the deep pullback and the break of micro support indicate, that this was probably the top of circle wave 3. Either way, until we get a break below, let me just double check the support area, because this remains valid. Yeah, as long as we don't get a break below 17,180 points, my focus remains on higher here on the NASDAQ. This is the larger support area which is relevant. I think we already talked about it last time. And if we are aligning it with the SPX or S&P 500 that I'm covering as well, and to be honest, it makes sense here, then this could be an ABC structure. So I'm considering this as a 1-wave count, that we're currently in this ABC structure. We're going to take a look at that in a second more closely. And the alternative perspective would be that this wave 4 is already in, right? That would be the alternative, which is absolutely possible. I mean, if we draw a trend line here, you can see that the market kind of respects this. It's always a question of, okay, how do we exactly draw the trend lines? But we have 3 touch points here. But that is a little bit of a break there. But we've got 3 touch points if we draw it like that. And it would take a break of the trend line, I think, to confirm that this C wave of wave 4 is unfolding. And to be fair, it reached already the 23.6 fib level. So if I move the support area over, by the way, how do we measure the support area? Well, it's the ideal support for the wave 4 pullback here. And oftentimes we can see that fourth waves reach the 38.2 retracement levels. and they are, well, the 38.2 FIB in this case is at 17,385. The minimum I would normally like to see in such a wave 4 is the 23.6 FIB level, 17,643. So that was triggered. Also the SPX triggered that, yeah. And we could indeed be now, in this ABC structure of wave 4. So after that wave 4 is complete, one more high in wave 5 is likely, possibly close to the 19,000 points region. But let's first see if we can complete this structure here. The thing is though, again, we have reached the support area, reached the trend line, possible that wave 4 is in. At the moment, the move up looks to me like a 3-wave move. So that's all covered by the idea of an ABC structure. We had an ABC structure down in wave A. Let me zoom in a little bit. So we have 3 waves down. Having 3 waves down typically indicates that the entire move down could be finished. That's what makes it a little ambiguous. It would be clearer with a 5-wave move down. To me, it looks more like 3 with a very weak B wave. It is very much possible. One second. It was a very deep wave 4, but possibly ending diagonal then in wave C. It is possible that the B wave was so weak because of the CPI data on the day. So we have an ABC structure to the downside. The move up currently also looks like an ABC. So 3 waves in wave A, B wave down, and we could now be in this C wave to the upside of wave B. Okay, and it's worth measuring or adding a resistance area now to the chart. So B wave, so what's next resistance? 88.7, and let me add the 88.7 FIB level. So it's 18,056. That would be the next one. Above that level, we really only have the Monday high left. And a break above the Monday high, already to be honest, a break above the 88.7 FIB level would suggest that a low might have already been struck here. Okay, and that a wave 4 is already in. Either way, I'm focusing on higher against the support region here. And again, the wave 4 could get another low, or the wave 4 is already in. But overall, the focus on the NASDAQ chart remains higher for one more high. Normally, I like to see a clearer 4th wave, a healthy wave 4. And that's also what I prefer here. The thing is, though, that from the October lows, we've only really seen shallow pullbacks. Really, really shallow pullbacks. Therefore, I'm very much aware that it's a very bullish market still, and that in a bullish market, pullbacks can be extremely shallow. So as I said, we have only reached the minimum retracement there for a wave 4. Not the ideal one, but it could still be done. It could still be over. Anybody who wants to short the C wave, I often say that it's not really wise to short prematurely. Best approach when shorting is to watch for an initial 1-2 setup and then to short the 3rd wave of the C wave or the remainder of the C wave. But without even a 1-2 setup, which gives us a 5-wave move down, and they are not always clear, okay? But without even having a first 5-wave move down, I mean, the local trend is up, you can see that. But until we see a reaction here anywhere and a 5-wave move down, as well as a corrective rally in wave 2, we have no confirmation that the C wave has started. Very much allows for the interpretation that the wave 4 already bottomed here. So these are my 2 scenarios. From a trading management point of view, the support area, I think we talked about in the last video. And I said we are obviously focusing on higher against that level for one more high. And I can only recommend, again, you have to decide that, but when trying to short, especially when that means you're a counter trend trader, you trade against the higher level trend, that's more difficult. But if you really want to do it, the safest way, in my opinion, the lowest risk way, is to wait for a 1-2 setup. Now, I have to say that they are not always clear. Sometimes we see a move down in the wave C without clear structure. So that's obviously what you have to decide, right? Do you wait for clear setups, or do you just want to, you know, short against, I don't know. The problem is, shorting like this now, for example, you're shorting into an active uptrend, B waves can even overshoot. So even if you are setting a stop above the last high, that B wave could easily overshoot and then come down. That's what B waves like to do, especially in wave fours. So yeah, I'm just simply watching now. Do I get a clear 5-wave move from here? I don't have one yet. If we get a 5-wave move out of this, then this would be, again, the wave 1 of the wave 5. And then we can add the corrective pullback support zone, which might be maybe somewhere around the trend channel again. Okay. So overall, still bullish. I don't think we've reached the top of the bull market yet, but I think we are pretty close. So caution is still warranted, but it's still a bullish market. So yeah, respect the bulls at this stage. Okay, that's my update about the NASDAQ. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, feel free to check out the S&P 500 and stock service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.